Hi everybody, my name is Islam and today we're going to be talking about Windows 10. Windows 10 was developed by Microsoft July 29th, 2015. And I remember when Microsoft first sent out the free upgrade, I was a little nervous about what to expect, whether I was going to like it or not like it. And I ended up liking it, and by far the best operating system I have ever used so far. And it had been said that it will clearly be the most secure version of Windows ever. And with that being said, Microsoft was very close to making Windows 10 virus proof, which could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. The good thing is that you would not have to worry about uh, getting viruses or malware on your computer, which can affect it and cause you to lose all your data and private information. Another good thing about it is that you will not have to spend money on purchasing an anti-software package. The bad thing is that for all the antivirus software developers, they would be out of business and all the inventory would be useless. But Microsoft did not implement that kind of security because they were afraid it would cost the normal user a lot more than he can afford. For example, right now Windows 10 Home runs about 99.99. I'm curious about how much it would cost if they made Windows 10 virus proof. If you happen to know or take a guess, let me know in the comments below. Right now, let's move on to some of the quirks and features of Windows 10 and what makes it better than the old operating systems. First, I'd like to mention virtualization based security, aka VBS. And VBS is a security feature that is designed to make it a lot more harder to crack into the operating systems. And how that's done is that VBS moves parts of the operating system's kernel into separate partitions, which is called virtual machine, which in my opinion is a very smart security feature. Which also reminds me of the software called BitLocker, which can be found on Windows 10 Pro. And what BitLocker does, it's a security mechanism which allows you to encrypt your hard drive, and that's a big thing for laptop users, but also it can be used on desktop computers. And what it does is that it encrypts your hard drive. So even if you take out your hard drive from your machine, your private data could not be accessed unless you, for example, keystroked in a passcode or something along those lines. Furthermore, I'd like to talk about web browser. Microsoft introduced Microsoft Edge, which was the new generation of web browsing, and the goal behind it was to replace the old breachable Internet Explorer with a more robust and a more strong and modern browsing technology. And Microsoft was able to completely start from scratch and write the code from the ground up. And they said that Microsoft will not be using the legacy Win32 API. Instead, it will be running inside of a sandbox. And I personally am not a fan of the Edge because, from my personal experience, it wasn't really user friendly. Like for example, I've downloaded a couple of PDFs, and when I open it, it usually opens in the internet browser, and with Edge, it would not work. It would just give me like a blank page. So I don't know. Maybe that's because of the security level, or because they turned off a lot of features so it cannot be hacked easily. Who knows? Next, I'd like to talk about the updates. For many of us that used to be Windows 7 users, we all know that the updates would never go through. And we would just sit there for hours and hours and even days. And the updates would just not go through because they were just bad. But on Windows 10, that changed. I remember when I built a dozen of computers, hardware and software, and after I installed Windows 10, I would run the updates, and it would just make the computer run a lot smoother and a lot better. Uh, and also to mention that Windows 10, its updates was really important because it was considered one of the important security features, because it would deliver patches every day for the operating system. And last but not least, I'd like to talk about Windows Defender. Windows Defender has been a game changer for Windows 10. And now it's running like some sort of anti-malware, antivirus mechanism to stop viruses and malware from coming onto your computer. In 2016, statistics have shown that about 22% of Windows 7 users have been reported as unprotected, while Windows 10 has reported about 5% of users are unprotected. And after the second update, it reported as 3%. And all that is because they changed Windows Defender, and they made it like more stronger so it can stop those viruses and anti-malware. And with that being said, I hope everyone enjoyed this video about Windows 10. And if you have any comments or any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comment section. And have a good day. Thanks.